Do you have Google Maps open because you're trying to find direction in your life?
No, I've got plenty of direction in my life, thank you, sir.
All right, we're recording this a lot earlier than normal. We're recording on Thursday, and we're actually recording before the episode just because it kind of falls a little bit late. I didn't realize at the time we've got in-laws coming in town today, so they're going to arrive later. So this works even better now. We got a message yesterday. Can we stay with you tomorrow? It's like, wow, short notice. Sure, that's fine. Can I share something I saw on Twitter with you, Matt?
Before you do, Graham, how nice is that in itself, knowing that you can have
Oh, absolutely.
you can have your family round
Yeah.
safely after the year we've had.
Yeah.
It's such a nice feeling, isn't it?
Now, we actually built in about 20, 25 minutes for this, and I actually asked this morning, hey, can we start 15 minutes earlier? Because I think we have a lot to talk about. And Sam actually shared something as well that I know you want to discuss later as well. I saw this today. We have the Euros starting this week as well, the European Championships that got
Yes.
rescheduled. So I saw this from at Ash Kitson 1867.
Right.
Stocked my fridge with beers for the Euros, customized for matches. I've got San Miguel for when Spain plays because it's Spanish. I got Bex for when Germany play because it's German. I got Cronenberg for when French play because it's French, and Carling for when Scotland play because it's shit. Oh, I didn't get the giggle though.
Why
Boo!
would you? I'm half Scottish.
Still funny.
No, it's borderline racist.
Oh, dang it! I saw that this morning. It made me chuckle. I was like, "Oh, we haven't had a get the giggle in a while."
You should, you
Should have
should,
changed the country then.
you should take us more often. I've got a very busy weekend ahead of me.
I've if I can fit in a guest spot, I actually DM'd Tanner today. I said if you have any spots, I'm going to be on holiday starting tomorrow as we're recording. All the games are on ESPN Plus, which I actually have. So I said I don't know how many matches you're actually covering, but I would actually be able to watch it. That's normally the problem. I can't like ever watch a match. I know you say some of them are on Peacock, but not all of them. The good ones are always on Peacock Plus or whatever it's called.
We are not covering all 128, Graham.
I figured. There's not 128 games. There's no way.
They've expanded the Euros this year. For the amount of teams that are in it, but they've expanded it, and all third place teams go through as well.
I did see that I don't know if you saw the Defending Indefensible on FT316 today. Euro
Narrow it down.
2020 is going to be a farce already because there's no third and fourth place playoff.
They're not.
I haven't seen that in a major tournament. They're not having one. It's totally pointless. I don't know why they do it. No one cares about that match. But I think that's a great decision. I hope they're going to do that going forward.
The reason they do it is because it affects the coefficient, which I get.
Money grab.
But it also massively affects the coefficient for where you're in the rankings, and that's massive thing for seedings and things like that. So it is worth playing. If for no reason it means you guarantee the Garth Crooks will come out on one game in the World Cup. But yeah, as recording tomorrow, it's the opening game of the tournament, which is the massive fixture, which is Turkey, which is West Italy, which me and Mags are covering on Checkers.
Okay.
Tanner will get to it later, and then on Saturday, which is the day before Good Cop Bad Cop comes out, we are covering Belgium Russia, which should be quite a tasty game actually. And then the big one, the main event of the weekend, which is England Croatia. I've got the day off work, so I can actually cover this game.
If Mason wins his lacrosse game on Saturday in the playoffs, the game will be during that England game. So I will be missing, and I don't have a way of recording from. And I think ESPN you can probably watch it on demand later. So
but
no one's
the good thing is though, Graham, you can listen to Teggers and we'll keep you full up to date while you're at the lacrosse game. So it's perfectly fine.
I want to watch the game. I don't want to listen to the game. There was actually I had to stand next to a Manchester United fan at his last playoff game, unfortunately. You see quite a few soccer shirts around here, but yeah, I was like, this is probably I said to him, this is probably the closest I've been to a Manchester United fan and been civil in a long time. We can banter when being in America because they're not as serious at fans as what we obviously are.
When I was we were at Animal Kingdom, obviously in 2019, and we were queuing up for the Pandora boat ride, from Avatar, and we were queuing up, and it was an hour and 20-minute wait in the queue. But It was. I mean, some things you had a fast pass thing, you tap your watch and on you go sort of thing. This one
Yeah.
we didn't. Wasn't it? The time flew by for me though, because I got talking to a gentleman and his son, because the kid had a Pulisic shirt on, a Chelsea fan.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
so why is that? Like, I'm not. He's not. And they say like he's not a Chelsea fan. He's a Pulisic fan. I'm like,
Fair enough.
I'm like, beautiful chef kiss.
I
But
honestly
we
thought
got
he.
we got.
I really thought he fit with the FSG plan, like young, bring in from other countries because you know that's going to increase the American market and things like that. I really thought he was going to go to Liverpool. I was shocked actually.
Still might come to one day. You never
Oh,
know.
yep, yep, absolutely. All right, what else do you want to talk about? I know we got quite a few things on the list.
Something I want to talk about, of course, Graham. Obviously, Pride Month, obviously.
What?
Um,
Sorry.
Pride Month, obviously.
Oh, Pride Month. I'm
And
sorry. Yeah.
I'm obviously very, very, very out and proud. Obviously,
Mhm.
I didn't find out until last week. Obviously, that our good friend Derek, from Specific Void, was LGBT. I didn't know that. Just going to show you
Okay.
that you can't judge a book by its cover. You know, I mean, my usually my gay art is pretty good, but no, not on the radar at all. No idea
Clearly
why.
didn't listen to our recent guests podcast then, I guess.
Eh. But in any case, in any case, yeah, it's wonderful. But but it also irritates me a bit having Pride Month because
Because
we're in 2021. We shouldn't need it.
Hmm.
I mean, no one cared about a gay pride parade. No one cared about. No one had a straight pride parade until gay pride was a thing. No one said all lives matter till Black Lives Matter. No one said all these sorts of things. You're not. You're not homophobic. You're an asshole. Okay.
Isn't it more to remember the people from around, we're talking 40 years ago, basically? Aren't we talking more about the people that sort of set up the situation to get to where we are today, that it's not such a big issue? Isn't it more a case of remembering perhaps some of those people?
I fully support celebrating those people who laid the groundwork for people like me,
Mm.
to have the freedoms that I have, with my sexual orientation, without a question or shadow of a doubt. I tell you what, there's been a few times in my life, Graham, where I've been scared
Hmm.
because of who I am.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm going to quote a TV character, Graham, okay,
Okay.
briefly, okay? Fear, it's one of the worst things in the world, but fear is a superpower. Fear can make you faster and cleverer and stronger. Fear is like a companion, and it makes you stronger. You hold it tight. Jenna Coleman, Doctor Who.
Ah, I wasn't recognizing it, so I
It
will.
was it was something she said to the doctor
Mhm.
without knowing that she said it to him. It's the whole thing. I won't get into it here. But yeah, for every two people out there who are scared, um, there's three more who aren't scared anymore and have belief and control of the situation. They feel they're in control of the situation now. And thankfully, for homophobes, they're not homophobes, they're just assholes. Are starting to, because let's face it, what are you really scared about? Are you scared? What a homophobe, Graham, is they're afraid of a man treating them how they treat women,
Mhm.
which says it all, really, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
anyway, I could keep waxing lyrical about that, Graham. But
I think
let's
now
get
would
off
be a
of
good
let's get off of
time to
that.
show you something, though, as well. I think now would be the perfect time. I said I had to go and get my prop. At the end of the last recording, you asked me for something. You said, I've never asked you to do this before, but I'm going to ask you to do this
I
for me.
did ask you to do something, Graham, but I also didn't expect anything.
Now, well, like you said, you don't normally ask, so I was like, oh, I didn't even know you were such a big fan of Rhino. So, it's not perfect, but in the same sense, it is perfect because it's imperfect. I don't know how well you're going to be able to read this, but I did when I sat with Rhino. We actually had to get an extra, what is it, meet and greet. So I got the extra one because I needed. You said you wanted the autograph, so it actually gave us an extra photo. And I asked the boys, "Hey, do you want to go separate now, or do you want to go together?" And they said, "We'll just go together." I was like, "Okay, I guess I get a picture with Rhino." So as I was talking to Rhino, I explained the situation. I said I got a good friend Matt in England, who was very excited we were coming to talk to you today. I said he's getting married. I was like, "Can you just put something on the thing, just something to do with that?" And didn't say anything else. I saw him writing, and I was about to jump in, and I was like, "Nope." I'm going to leave it. I don't know how well this is going to come through. I'm going to guess we can read that just perfectly, so I don't need to read it out. So it was kind of imperfect, and I was like, nope, I'm not going to say anything.
That
I'm just going to.
is perfect.
Correct. Exactly. That's what I kind of thought. It was, and I didn't say anything because it wasn't. I was just saying, hey, my buddy Matt's gonna. I didn't know what he was gonna write. I had no idea what he was gonna write. But I like that even more when I saw it, and I was dying to share it with you, and I was like, nope, we're gonna wait till it's video, and then I can get your reaction at the same time. But
that's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Graham. Appreciate that.
I don't know if you saw it. I did tag you in Facebook today. Voltage actually did release the video of Rhino doing his gore.
I saw it. Yes, I saw it. I was looking for a picture of you, and obviously I've seen where you obviously took a picture from. So I was trying to gauge it whereabouts you were, and I couldn't quite see you, and I couldn't enlarge the picture. Not seeing
Yeah. They've announced the next one, actually. They're going to have another one in same town, Martinsburg, West Virginia, July 23rd. And thankfully, we're going to be in town, so we'll be going to that one as well.
So Voltage could be Voltage could be your semi-regular then.
It could be. Yeah, they're going to move to different locations. They said they're going to move up and down I-81, which for us means it's 2 hours pretty much wherever they go. But that's fine. Yeah, Mason said, who do you think they're going to get another big star in now? I was like, yeah, I honestly do. I really think that for the first few, they're going to do that. MGB review, if you want to hear more, in case you haven't. I told you before, like I said, I think MGB could be on its way out. Like, it was like pulling teeth with Mason. Like, we had 15 minutes on one episode. It was ridiculously short. 55 minutes, and there was only 7 matches, I think it was.
The difference having a live event to cover, the difference it makes.
Correct. And those interactions that you get with people who are there, which you don't get when you're watching on TV and sat around like, looking at the screen. You're right.
Without a question, some of the interviews you did last year were phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, and it gave Mason a chance to up his game and certainly become more of a podcaster. But now he's got those skills, and then you apply that to the old MGB effectively, and poof. Perfect.
Yep.
I'm very proud. I'm very proud of Team MGB.
I'm trying to think what else did I write down. Oh, yeah, I did write a couple of things down I wanted to talk about. One thing I kind of mentioned casually to you. I had to block a long time. I didn't have to. I blocked a long time friend on Facebook because of the picture I posted with Mason and Jackson sat with Rhino, all wearing a mask, and his comment was, "Masks don't do anything for young kids. In general, they can actually be even worse for their health. All it shows is that you're a sheep and you're following along what other people say without really thinking about it." Or words to those effects. And I was fuming. I was like, how dare you post that on my wall? Like, if you think that, why are you picking that? Like, we've had so many pictures with Jay wearing his mask, and you wait until 16 months in to post. Bad cop moment. I did my math wrong. I realized the other day it's 15 months since we've been to a show, not 16 months. But hey, it's kind of close. Actually, no, it is 16. It's kind of close. But
bad cop moment for you saying math instead of maths.
Well, that's true as well. That's because I'm upset right now, and it kind of threw me off kilter a little bit there. But yeah, I'm like, what a jerk. If you thought that, you could have posted that in month 1. You wait until he had a moment with a big wrestler who he was really excited about. We had our fun time out there, and then you choose that moment to post that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not getting a lot less tolerant on Facebook with things like that. I am. There's a few people I'm like, it used to be 30-day snooze, and I keep seeing the same people come up, and now I'm just like, I don't need that. You don't need that. I don't need that. Now,
I'm
here's the
guessing.
thing I
I'm
wanted to
guessing.
talk about, though, and I'm
I'm
sure
guess,
you saw this in the picture.
yeah, yeah.
Rhino was wearing a mask.
Hmm.
Wouldn't you think then that would be, if you saw somebody wearing a mask, whether you need to or not, wouldn't it be just a sign of respect to wear a mask at the same time if you had one?
100%.
Absolutely. So even if you did, even if whatever you think about the validity of masks, if you're meeting somebody and you want to go and talk to them and they're wearing a mask, I think that's just a common courtesy that you would wear a mask as well. Like I didn't have to wear a mask. I could have if I'd have gone for I could have taken my mask off for the picture with Rhino and he would have done that. But why? I don't. That's not the way.
Was it an outdoor meet and greet as well?
Correct. Yes. And I didn't
Then
realize at the time it wasn't.
outdoors healthier. Outdoors
Yep.
healthier. You
But
know.
yeah, I was yeah. So that kind of put a bit of a down on it, but I quickly ended it by not giving that person any more credence after that. So
Yeah.
all right, what else you got to talk about? Or we're going to talk about Sam's post.
We could talk about sound post. I wanted to let you know what me and Chris are now addicted to watching.
Oh,
The Masked Dancer.
oh, jeez. You need to watch the Masked Wrestler first, but hey,
Not shown over here, dude.
yeah, IWTV. You got enough
You-
subscription services
I,
already.
I've
You're off.
got I've got Netflix, though, do we?
You're off the hook. Fair enough.
I've got Prime. I've got Network.
I
I've
hear
got
you.
Sky.
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you. I thought you were going to say that show Bridezilla to begin with.
No, that's Chris.
I know, but there's a show called that as well. So I was thinking, I don't know if you get that in the UK. I've never seen it personally, but it appears on one of our trashy shows called The Soup that reviews bad television. I've seen it on. So we're going to talk about what's. So Sam posted this morning.
Yes.
I was lucky I woke up 30 minutes early because otherwise I wouldn't have had a chance to even watch the video and talk about it. So he said, what do you guys think about this? It's a Yorkshire guy reviewing a battered fish and chip butty.
Incorrect. It's a chip butty.
It was a battered chip butty.
Yeah, it's a battered fish and chip butty. There's no fish in it.
I didn't say fish.
You did.
I said battered chip butty.
Listen to it back. You'll see us. You say
All right, we'll
fish.
play it. We'll play it back. I think you're a little bit mutt, but all right, we'll play.
Say it's a lot, but you said fish and chip. That's why.
All right.
He had chips.
You know exactly what I was talking about.
He chose chips, peas, mushy pea. That is.
Mint
Mint sauce and gravy. And this best gravy is so thick you could eat it with a knife.
Yep.
Which is how it should be.
Proper chip shop gravy, he referred to it as.
I agree. All gravy should be lovely and thick, no matter what people say. Give me a look.
Your other half's disagreeing with you? Is that what I'm gaining from this?
He doesn't like how thick I like my gravy.
He likes it like dishwater?
No, but he doesn't like it as thick as I like it.
So you get a scoop of it?
I take a carton of it.
How many blobs of gravy would you like?
It is a case of like.
So you have to tip it upside down and like scrape it out. Is that kind of how thick?
I do like thick gravy. I do like thick gravy.
There's nothing wrong with that. I like that too.
I like it as thick as a poutine, definitely.
Oh, now you're talking to me. I just found out Popeye's chicken fast restaurant actually sells poutine. I don't know how I found this out. I'm not sure if it's at my local one. I nearly left the house as soon as I found that out to get some.
They do it at Epcot, Graham. You should come down to Epcot when we're in January and have
a long way just to get some poutine.
Yeah, but the best poutine.
I can't go to Canada this year. I know that. I did see Kobe Durst is doing an interview. I can't remember which podcast. I apologize to the podcast. But as soon as I saw Kobe Durst, Mason and I are big fans of Kobe Durst. We walked right by him in the parking lot, and we were like, "That's Kobe Durst." After we walked by, we're big fans. He followed Mason on Twitter, which I thought was like the coolest thing for him to do. And I posted. I was like, "It's a real shame we can't go to Canada." We had a blast there in 2019, seeing Alpha One and. Eating the poutine and walking around Toronto. And I love Canada. Love Toronto. Very expensive city to live in, but great city to visit. It's only about 3 hours from my in-laws, so it's not too far.
To answer your question about the
Butty.
About the butty, as you call it up north, butty.
What would you call
it? Well, butty.
A chip sandwich?
A butty. Not a butty.
Just
a
emphasising a bit of accent.
Yeah.
A little bit of accent in there and all.
I'm got to give a guy a video. How's no one done it before?
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
If you can have deep fried Mars bars and crap like
that. Have you ever had a deep fried Mars bar?
I have not, no. But everything else, like you have a
Oh,
battered sausage, you have
it's
everything else in the chip shop's battered. So why not the sarnie?
the battered Mars bar is it tastes good for the first two bites, and then it's just so sweet. It's just like eating a mouthful of sugar each time. Because obviously when you fry it, I mean, yes, it keeps it all inside the batter nicely. You've
Uh-huh.
got to make the big, but the thing is, when you make the batter, it's got to be thicker than it is for fish and chips. So we
Yeah,
even thicker batter, obviously,
yeah.
and it obviously when you cook caramel, obviously, the longer you cook the caramel, the sweeter it gets.
Uh-huh.
And obviously, that's what he cooked. So you put it into a deep fat fryer, so it's cooking it further, and therefore it's basically just like liquid insulin almost by the time you put it into your body.
The one I don't understand, because I'm sure you're aware, like the county fairs and state fairs in
Yeah,
America,
yeah.
they have like the deep fried Oreos and things like that. The one I saw, and I'm not sure if this is 100% correct, it was something like deep fried Mountain Dew. Like, I don't even understand how that's possible.
Oh, I heard what's his name? Oh, famous person. Used to be on Fighting Talk, Graham. He Will Buckley.
Okay?
He went to. He said that one of the he's got all these tailgate parties for American football
Yeah.
and deep fried Mars bars, deep fried all these things. Well, the last one of them went was deep fried Coca Cola.
See, I don't even understand how that's possible.
Simple, simple. You freeze it and then
Ah,
you freeze
okay.
it, you batter it, you fry it,
And then obviously it melts as you fry.
and it
Ah,
and it's
smart.
still frozen inside.
Yeah,
When you're biting into it, it starts to like an ice lolly, but battered.
yeah. Hmm.
Very odd, very odd. I haven't never tried it. I've got to admit, and not my sort of thing, Graham, personally. But I'd be all over that. Getting that chip, that battered chip butter go.
Oh, I already talked to Mason today in the car about it, and I was like, yeah, next summer, I was like, if we can stop by where that place is, I'm definitely getting one of those. Like, I'm definitely.
Um, I'm gonna take you back years ago. We're talking '99 sort of time.
Okay.
This was just after Top Gear was cancelled the first time round, and Clarkson got his own TV show, his own like talk show sort of thing. He did a little skit where
Yeah.
he went to Rotherham for a day out, and he went to a chip shop for cuisine for the top cuisine of the area, and they had all these different butties you get like chip butty, bacon butty, sausage butty, and at the bottom was a kebab butty.
Okay.
The kebab was served in bread and butter,
Uh-huh.
obviously, and it was a kebab like you get in a takeaway in England. So with the pita bread and the salad and everything is all the sauces.
Pizza bread in a sandwich.
I am not kidding.
Nice.
I just when he said like, "I'd like a kebab butty, please," and he's eating it, and he's like, very good. I'm thinking like, no.
Uh, I can't remember if we did this on MGB or not, if we recorded or not, but I know I had it because I saw it. Have you heard of a Wigan kebab?
I know about a Wigan pies, but not about
Wigan kebab is basically a meat pie sandwich.
mm.
And I was like, that sounds a little carb heavy. Oh my God, it was so good. It was
Graham,
really
Graham.
good.
One thing I've learned over these years, trust me, as a chef who's got a belly on him, trust me when I say this, the good stuff never tastes. The good stuff is always bad for you.
Yes. Oh, it was. I think I've only. I don't. I think I tried it one more time since, and it was so good. So yeah, yep,
You should see some of the canapes we're planning maybe for the wedding reception. Canapes like mini Yorkshire puddings with beef and horseradish, for example, and little sausage and mash, little polenta with red onion and caramelized carrot cakes, and oh, amazing.
the one thing I do want to follow up on that interview was because I laughed, I made fun of Sam. I was like, did they just call that a bread cake? And he's like, well, what would you call it? And I was like, a cob. And he's like, a what? It's like, you call it that? And then we started. I know I'm talking for the benefit of Darren right now. In Lancashire, I know it's a tea cake.
Well, down
They call
here
it a
we call
bread
them
cake.
bloomers down here.
You call them what?
A bloomer.
Oh, a bloomer. Yeah, that's fine. I misheard you to begin with. Yeah, I've heard that phrase as well. Like, I understand it can be a bread roll as well, or a bap, or there's like a few different terms. But
Yeah.
a bread cake, I don't think I've ever heard that before. I thought I knew
Yeah.
most of these words.
Yeah. At some point, I do need to teach some Americans what biscuits and gravy really looks like.
I love that. I love the one, the mocking one, where it's like, all right, I've heard Americans talking about it, so I decided to try biscuits and gravy, and it's
Yeah.
like jammy dodgers.
I'm gonna have to have Tanner do that live on Techers one day during the Euros. I am gonna have to.
Biscuits and gravy, Bojangles. See, you just want to go to McDonald's every day. There's like so many cool places you could have gone to, but hey,
Graham,
never mind.
Graham,
And no, it's not New York. Sorry, it was when you were in New Jersey, and
we were in New Jersey, and
uh,
we only went to McDonald's 3 times, dude.
only there 3 days.
To be fair, we walked past it many times, Graham. We didn't go in every time. To be fair.
Yeah, we walked on the way there and on the way back.
No,
Yeah.
no. We went to Blimpie.
Uh-huh.
And that's where you got the whole of Heath Slater thing from.
Uh-huh.
And we would have got something in New York City, but we were in a bit of a rush to get back to the car, weren't we?
I think I was like around midnight, so on the way back. But yeah,
Yeah. We could have gone to an all night sort of place, but we didn't.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, it was getting really late, and I didn't know what time it stayed open till. And we got lost because my phone sent me the wrong direction to begin with.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'd like to say I've never seen you that angry at something before, but you were also quite angry when you were looking for McDonald's after we checked into our hotel, and you punched the steering wheel 3 times because you couldn't follow directions. You were angry.
I was getting pissed off with that. Like, I don't like apps. Those apps drive me crazy when they just send. We nearly got sent today. Like, suddenly, as we were driving home, it said we had, because I told you we got stuck in traffic a little bit. It was like 8 minutes. And I was like, all right. I said to Mason, I was like, literally, as soon as I get home, I'm going to have to log straight in. I'm going to talk to Matt. And then it changed to 15 minutes. And I was like, what the heck happened here? And then we drove along for like a minute and suddenly it turned to 4 minutes. Like, those apps, I need them to be helpful, and sometimes they're not helpful. As we were heading up to Martinsburg this weekend, suddenly as we were going along this road, it's suddenly like, take a right. I'm like, whoa, like I know where that road goes. That's like nowhere near where I want. Yeah, those apps drive me crazy. They're just not, I don't know what's the deal with them. All right, we've got to meet with Diesel in literally about 5 minutes, so unless there's anything pressing you want to talk about, I think we suggest we probably wrap this up.
I don't think there's anything at the moment, apart from the fact that we would look after your present and to make sure he returned to you in goodwill.
What?
Well, the present's on English soil right now, which means it's our responsibility.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we'll make sure this one comes back to you in one piece.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And you're in charge of ending this. You're in charge of controls.
Guys,
I know you get upset with me when I stop it, so.
Guys, we're back next week, guys. We're out of here.
Boom.